got a couple surprise visitors this morning. Actually, I see a third one over there too. Kevin's gonna be coming over here in a little while to we're gonna cut up that big old white oak log that he brought over yesterday. So it's nice to have visitors stop by like this. Good thing the dogs don't see them, they'd be going crazy. They think they're coming back. Got a straggler hanging behind over here. Number 4. Better catch up. Hey guys, good morning. This morning after Kevin brought his big white oak log over, sitting right over there, got to clean up a little bit around the mill here. Hopefully finish cutting my red oak cant there and get ready for him to be over here probably in an hour or two. So that's what we're going to work on now. Got to clean up a couple things. See if we can make it a little easier to get around out here. Okay, what I've decided to do with this red oak here, like I said, this was the first one out of those 5 chunks we got out of that big log that looked pretty rotten, but the video was titled "Too Good for Firewood," and it was. This is darn good wood in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, and this is about 8.5 inches tall right now, 10 inches wide. I'm going to split it here in the middle, flip them up like this. So split it this way, flip it up like this, so I have 2 pieces about 4 inches wide, and then slice down through there and cut me some 4-inch wide boards. They'll be just over 4 inches wide, then I can trim them exact on the table saw when I get ready to use them. We need a bunch of slats to go on a few of the walls in the basement there. We're going to have some rustic wood walls in part of the basement, and some of it will have corrugated metal as sort of a wainscot on the bottom with the wood slats on the top. I'm thinking about possibly doing it in 2 or 3 different, maybe 3 or 4 different types of wood, so that it's I don't know, just makes a neat blend. Have some oak, some cherry, I don't know, maybe some hickory or box elder, who knows. But we'll see how it comes out. We'll see what we come up with. We're playing it by ear. Also, I'd like to do a little bit more cleanup out here before Kevin gets here. He's going to be here in a little while to help me cut up his big old white oak log over there. I see he's got a smiley face painted on the end of it. I didn't notice that before. On there. But anyway, we'll get this thing, hopefully get it cut up before he gets here. That's the oil dripper. There's one there and there's one on the other side. Drips a little bit of diesel fuel on there, about 1 drop per second on each one of these. And that's what keeps the sawdust from sticking to the blade, things like that. Okay. I've got that set on about 4 1/8. That block is about almost 8.5 tall. It's like 8 7/16, something like that. That way should be just over 1/8 or just over 4 inches on both halves of it, which will allow me either a little bit for shrinkage or a little bit to trim on the table saw later. Okay, you can see I just bumped it with the blade because I want to check and make sure I'm pretty well centered. Glad I checked it. My tapes over here are magnetic, and I messed with them a little bit last fall. Looks like things are off just a little bit. I need to raise that up just a little bit. That should work. Okay, we got to take these clamps loose so we don't bump into them when we're making our last cut or two. We got 3 inches of wood left there on the bottom. I'm gonna make 2 more cuts, and we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times 2. We'll have 20 full 1 inch by 4 inch boards. So just over 4 inch. Red oak, nice stuff. Well guys, it's starting to sprinkle out here. You can see these black stains on here. Some of the bunks are, the paint is wore off of them. And that bunk sat here for 2 nights and it rained a little bit, so left those marks on there. Those will come out easy enough when they're run through the edger or joiner, I should say, or the sawmill, either way. And well, we got some nice wood out of something that looked rotten on the outside, so that's a good thing. That'll probably end up being the end of this video. Next video after this one will probably be the one with me cutting that huge white oak log up for Kevin. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and give us a thumbs up if you feel like it, if you enjoyed the video anyway. And subscribe if you're not, please, and tell your friends about it. If they like sawmill stuff and watching an old couple that shouldn't be doing it build a huge old house themselves, maybe they'd like watching that, you know. Maybe they'll subscribe too. Well, you take care, have a great day. We'll see you on the next one.